the area. The two eastbound right lanes are closed on 9th Avenue at 1st Street Southeast due to emergency sinkhole repair. Expect delays in the area.
Kim knows the best routes to avoid construction. Kim uses the Waze traffic and navigation app and always knows what to expect on the road ahead. Waze is the world's largest free crowdsourced traffic and navigation app. It can share things that will affect your journey, like collisions, construction, traffic jam.
Had seen some of the crowds of Jesus waning. At times we read in the Gospels that there were people who said, these are difficult sayings that Jesus is speaking. Who can hear them? And some people were starting to drift away. The crowds were thinning out. But here we have the disciples thinking, this is great. Here we have the moment, and this is the place above any other that we would love such a scene to take place in Jerusalem as they come to Passover time, and the whole city swelling to such an enormous degree with pilgrims gathering in, some from the surrounding environs, some from even foreign nations, and at a great distance and great expense and great effort. Here we have Jesus coming. He knew why he was there. The disciples, they were dull. How often we are exactly like them. They did not understand all that was coming ahead, even though Jesus had spoken to them plainly of them going to Jerusalem and of him being betrayed and handed over and crucified. They thought he was just having a bad day. Jesus knew exactly why.
请沿道路行驶800米.
Receives the praise. He receives the praise that is perfectly and rightly and properly due to his name for all eternity and for all the ages. Jesus
向西方向
find a colt tied, and they were to bring the colt to him. They place their garments upon the animal. They place Jesus on, and they lead him through the streets. People are taking off their coats, and they're breaking off palm branches. They're laying their coats on the street in order to cushion the ride of the master, and they're waving palm branches, and they're shouting. They are shouting, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the coming kingdom of our father David." David, he had been dead for about 1,000 years at this point. What are they talking about? They're talking about the great descendant of David, the one who was promised to come in the line of David. Blessed is this one who has come. Hosanna in the highest. Praises, salvation, all glory to God. Here we have a scene which is not repeated in the days thereafter. We often wonder, what happened to all of these people? What happened to the excitement? What happened to the stir? Jesus, he goes into the temple, we read, and he drives out the money changers. He would not have such commercial activity taking place in a place where it ought to be a place of prayer. In the next chapter, we read of how that Jesus is challenged repeatedly, and people are trying to tear him down, and they're trying to discredit him. They're trying to
行驶200米后继续直行
Because of his love for your soul and mine, he continues forward.
继续直行然后稍向右转
I'm getting out of here. But Jesus went to the cross.
稍向右转
Indeed, all of those praises at the beginning of the week, they should have resounded all through that week. They resound in heaven all of the time. As we read in Isaiah 6, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty." Let it resound in your heart. But do you not know this Lord? Do you not know this Jesus? I would bid you to come to know him, whom to know is life everlasting. Perhaps you have tried the life, the party that the world offers you, and you have found it to be empty, and you have found it to be dull even. I bid you to come to the cross and to look to Jesus Christ, the one who came that you might live.
Canada's #1 home maintenance app.
Hey, you made it! Grab a seat!
Backyard brews, paired perfectly with drink sense. Keep alcohol enjoyable with moderation at drinksense.ca.
Get unlimited grocery delivery with PC Express Pass. Meal prep, delivered. Snacks, delivered. Fresh fruit, delivered. Grocery delivery on repeat for just $2.50 a month. Learn more at pcexpress.ca.
It's here. It's bold. It's our biggest event of the year. The Lexus 5-day event at Lexus of Royal Oak. Julia Richardson here. Now through June 21st, receive a remarkable 1.5% rate reduction on select 2025 Lexus models. Backed by award-winning reliability, low maintenance costs, and exceptional resale value, at Lexus of Royal Oak, intelligent luxury isn't just a promise. It's the everyday reward of choosing smarter. The clock is ticking. Your Lexus is waiting at Lexus of Royal Oak in the Northwest Auto Mall.
$4.29 on your damp, moist, wet. What word do you want to use? Friday. Rain, obviously, this afternoon, tonight, and into tomorrow. Rainfall warning also in effect. But that doesn't mean we can't dream and fantasize about a little bit warmer weather when it's dry and it is stampede time. Coming up after your 4:30 news, your chance to get a little basketball on ya. I have tickets to see Surge at Stampede, very last pair, and they might just be for you.
This is Global News. I'm Russell Skeet. Rain and 13 degrees at 4:30. An official with Parks Canada says Thursday's fatal rock slide north of Lake Louise was the result of a naturally occurring event that was neither preventable nor predictable. Superintendent Francois Mass made the comment at a news conference this afternoon. 2 people were killed, 3 more taken to hospital after the major slide Thursday at the Bow Glacier Falls. One of the victims has been identified as 70-year-old Jutta Hinrichs of Calgary, who's an avid hiker. Mass says there were about 100 personnel involved in responding to the event. Coming up, the Liberals have passed their major projects bill through the House of Commons, but first, QR Calgary helicopter traffic.
Explore Calgary's best rentals. Book your showing today at renttruman.com. Live better. Rent Truman.
If you're heading out this evening, make sure you're giving yourself some extra time to get to where you need to go with these rainy conditions slowing down general volume all around the city. Currently, Deerfoot Trail is moving slowly northbound between Bagan Trail southeast up towards 64th Avenue northeast, at least a 20-minute drive time. And in the northwest, Crowchild Trail is moving slowly between Memorial Drive up towards McMahon Stadium. And we also have volume delays along the exit ramp from 16th Avenue heading eastbound into the city. And then once you're taking that northbound ramp onto Stony Trail, you're going to be slow moving for a couple of minutes. And drivers heading out of the city coming from Stony Trail, you're going to be delayed along the exit ramp if you're heading westbound from Stony Trail onto the QE2 northbound. This one is slow moving for at least 8 minutes until you get past the Cross Iron Mills Shopping Center. And watch out for this incident we still have along Memorial Drive eastbound as you approach Deerfoot Trail, blocking off your right lane with slowdown starting before you get to Zoo Road. Get 20 or 30,000 points at Shoppers Drug Marts, a $20 or $30 value. Open your PC Optimum app, shop and scan today. Conditions in-app. For the QR Calgary Traffic Helicopter, I'm Louise Van Dam.
A hiker describes the sound of yesterday's fatal rock slide at Bow Glacier Falls as a colossal crack.
It was so thunderous. I've heard of a lot of rockfall, I've heard avalanches. It sounded like half a mountain coming down.
Kamala Dixon was hiking nearby when she saw the slide that ended up killing 2 people and sending 3 more to hospital.
The rocks were huge that came down. Like I've never seen anything at that magnitude. It should have been a benign hike. That's a hike that people take children, dogs. It's not a hard hike.
She says it took about 45 minutes before help arrived. One of the victims has been identified as 70-year-old Jutta Hinrichs of Calgary. A geotechnical assessment is underway. to determine how the slide was triggered. Liberal and Conservative members of Parliament voted to pass the government's major projects legislation today. After the second of two votes, Prime Minister Mark Carney crossed the floor to shake hands with Opposition House Leader Andrew Scheer and Conservative Deputy Leader Melissa Lantsman. Two votes were held instead of one after the House Speaker ruled the legislation had two distinct parts without a clear common element. That allowed the Bloc Québécois and NDP members to vote in favor of the first part of the bill, which looks to tackle internal trade barriers, and against the more controversial second part dealing with major projects. Major Projects Bill grants the government sweeping powers to quickly approve projects that are deemed to be in the national interest. The bill is now headed to the Senate, which is scheduled to sit until June 27th. The Alberta NDP say the provincial government needs to exponentially increase education spending if it wants to avoid a teacher strike. Education critic Amanda Chapman says Alberta has the lowest per-student education funding in Canada, and teachers as well as students deserve support and resources. It comes after members of the Alberta Teachers Association voted in favor of strike action that could see them hit.
行驶500米后向右转。
Said teachers rejected a recommendation that included a 12% pay increase over 4 years and more than $400 million in classroom improvements. Another large union is calling for the province to cancel plans to charge most Albertans for COVID shots next year. The Alberta Union of Provincial Employees says while the amount to be charged has not been announced yet,
向右转.
here's for immunizations instead of making it easier to protect people from COVID. The Saskatchewan Public Safety Agency says it's working to set up a recovery team to help those who lost their homes in recent wildfires. Arlo Pritchard is with the agency and says efforts are being made to help those who are directly impacted by the fires.
The Recovery Task Force really will look at case-by-case basis and work with communities to support those individuals that have, unfortunately lost everything.
The agency says nearly 2,000 structures have burned down, including nearly 300 houses and 60 cabins. Iran's foreign minister has held hours of meeting today with the European Union's top diplomats and counterparts from the UK, France, and Germany. Reporter Tom Sufi-Burridge has the details.
So I don't think we were expecting to get a major breakthrough in these talks, but I think that is the most crucial line at this hour coming out from the Iranians, saying that they are willing to engage in diplomacy if Israel halts its attacks. And on the ground in Iran, we're seeing absolutely no signal that the Israelis are willing to do that.
Britain's foreign secretary said they were keen to continue ongoing discussions and negotiations with Iran. However, the European ministers gave few details and took no questions. Breaking news when it happens. Our next scheduled news at 5. I'm Russell Skeet.
The Knee Clinic is Alberta's only private knee clinic, and they'll have your knee issue assessed within days. Call 403-457-KNEE or visit kneeclinic.ca.
Oh, 36 on your Friday, your wet Friday, but Friday nonetheless. Let's take a look at the next couple of days. Tomorrow, high of 9, single digits 9. Rain at times, heavy. Then Sunday, everything changes. The sun comes back out, sunshine and 14. And right now, into next week is also dry. This afternoon, rain or heavy rain, and then, more rain tonight. Right now, it's wet and 13. It's depending on where you are, whether right now you're dry, getting some light showers, or you actually are getting the
行驶600米后向右转上匝道。
community you're in and what it is you're seeing. Right now, wet and 13 degrees.
向右转上匝道，然后上匝道。
Connect with Sarah Crosby is brought to you by Verve Aspenwood. Inspired senior living. Live with the freedom you want and the support when you need it.
This time, even when it's Friday, even when it's wet.
上匝道。
Joel Senek from the Global News Hour at 6 to see what's on their show tonight. Joel, I'm going to put my smartest of smart hats on because we're going to talk quantum computing.
Well, as long as one of us has that hat on, because I certainly do not. That's why I'm going to rely on the story we are airing tonight on the Global News Hour at 6. Get this, it is a world first. World first, not an Alberta first or Canada first, world first facility here in our province. And you mentioned it, a quantum computer.
向东方向。
Some big words. We'll explain exactly what it does, why it's important, and why Southern Alberta is a perfect place to have this first ever quantum hub. Timing couldn't be better, experts say. Really interesting stuff. We'll bring it to you tonight on the Global News Hour at 6.
Joel, I have to tell you that people are doing quantum computing. And when I was in school, we were learning to turn our calculators upside down and spell words on them.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I was in school as well, we were doing that and, booting up those early Macs to play Oregon Trail. So, yeah, we've come a long way, eh?
Well, you and I don't know if you and I have, but we the people have.
Yeah.
行驶600米后，掉头。
Great weekend.
You can hear about world first quantum computing center in Lethbridge. It's coming to Lethbridge, and you can hear it on the Global News Hour at 6 here. Connect with Sarah Crosby, that's this girl. Goes right until 6, and then on your Friday night, so you know everything happening with your city, your province, your weather is on the Global News Hour at 6. Or you can also watch it on your Stack TV. 4:39, let's take your first look at markets and business with Rob Geary from the Popowich Carmeli Advisory Group, CIBC Wagundi. Rob, with this weekend's rain, a lot of people
掉头。
to burn some time and then get out of the house. Grocery chain Empire, which is Safeway, Sobeys, Freshco, says the Buy Canada plan is still being felt, and even people making small changes are affecting our country's retail.
Well, happy Friday, Sarah. And it started out in the green today, but did not finish that way as we had a lot of risk-off sentiment heading into a weekend with geopolitical risk. People taking their bets off of the table for the time being. TSX finished down 8 to 26,497. Dow up 35 to 42,206. Canadian dollar down 21 basis points to 72.77. Oil down 21 to 74.93, and gold down 27 to 33.81 an ounce. Now, hey, rainy weekend. We're all going to be going to the grocery store and just stocking up on products and just eating all weekend. Tacos, right, Sarah? Tacos. But hey, this is a couple interesting reports, especially on the back of earnings reports from the parent Empire to Freshco, Sobeys, Safeway. They had a couple interesting commentary. One on the Buy Canadian is still holding strong. I think that is an interesting one because they've replaced a lot of the U.S.-based products with local suppliers, and we've gotten used to those new products and are okay with them. So if there is not a huge change and we're okay with the products, maybe that continues on. They're seeing that. The other thing that they're seeing that is not, I would say, holding true to what the media is saying is inflation on grocery prices is not what the media is saying. They're not seeing that in stores. They said price inflation has remained very stable. And so this is an interesting one because their bill size has increased as well. So maybe we have just gotten used to the price. We're moving back to produce, moving back to, our normal behaviors in the shopping center. And that's what they're seeing. It's making them profitable, hopefully making us all happy and full bellies.
Moving
向北方向，然后继续直行，向右转，然后向右转。
441. Business is brought to you by Furnace Family. Done right, day or night. FurnaceFamily.com. That is Rob Geary from the Popowich Carmeli Advisory Group, CIBC Wagundi. Rob will pop back on just after 5:30 this evening.
向右转。
You a little fun was coming your way.
All around the world. To the beach, y'all.
行驶200米后，向右急转。
Y'all know this is so.
向右急转。
All right, it is my very, very last pair of tickets to go to the Calgary Surge, our basketball team, at Stampede. The game is July 9th. It is 7:30, taking on the Montreal Alliance. And the special thing about this game is that it is at the Dome. So in the big house. By Stampede, in Stampede, in the heart of all the cowboy boots and rodeo and chaos. You can do all of that fun stuff and then step inside and watch some basketball. How are you going to get these tickets today? You're going to shoot your shot. 403-974-8255. First name, last name, email address. Always have to have the email so we can get you your tickets. I'm going to have you text us 403-974-8255. First name, last name, email. Shoot your shot. Tell me why you want the tickets. It can be an amazing answer. You're going to take your son who you've never seen. You just found out you had a child and you're going to go to basketball. You can be flat out honest. Say, I don't want to pay for them. I want them for free. Shoot your shot. Why do you want 2 tickets to go to the Surge at the Stampede? See them play in the Dome against the Montreal Alliance and have some indoor air-conditioned fun. 403-974-8255. You have until 5:15. I will give you a nice round 30-minute number. You have half an hour to shoot me a text. That means you're not in the rain. You're not trying to rush home to get the tickets. I'm giving you a full 30 minutes. You get a length of a sitcom to shoot me a message. Hey, by the way, our sales rep, Sherry, just handed me a note that said if you've been listening to me all day, tell you that tonight at midnight, it's the deadline for the Mountain Home Lottery Early Bird Prize. As of right now, fewer than 10% of tickets left. So do not wait until you get home and then do all your stuff and then sit down on the couch and then watch a show and then get them because they could be sold out. Fewer than 10% of tickets left. So you need to go to CalgaryMountainHomeLottery.com, get your ticket. And if I win the $2.7 million Canmore Villa, I will do a little Connect Taco party there. Absolutely promise.
Explore Calgary's best rentals. Book your showing today at RentTruman.com. Live better. Rent Truman.
Or if you're traveling southbound along Deerfoot Trail, just watch out for a new incident now. Just before you get to Southland Drive, we are seeing volume delays building back beyond Glenmore Trail already. And we still have an incident here along Memorial Drive eastbound as you head towards the Deerfoot Trail overpass. Luckily, volume delays are slowly starting to ease up, but you are still going to be delayed just after Zoo Road. And also in the southeast, watch out for a multi-vehicle incident along Anderson Road eastbound just before Acadia Drive, blocking off your right-hand lane. And if you're traveling northbound up towards Airdrie this evening, taking Stony Trail westbound, you are going to be delayed, especially on this exit ramp as you merge northbound onto the QE2, with volume delays easing up just after you get past this last exit lane for Cross Iron Mills. And in the south end, Glenmore Trail is still moving slowly in both directions between 18th Street Southeast and 14th Street Southwest. Summer's secret weapon against heat, Furnace Family. Don't wait until it's too late. Book your AC service before they're completely booked. Visit FurnaceFamily.com today. For the QR Calgary Traffic Helicopter, I'm Louise Van Dam. Midnight tonight, midnight tonight, midnight tonight. So nice, I'm going to tell you 3 times, and then I sound like an alarm clock. It's Sarah Crosby from Connect. Tonight at midnight, it is the deadline to get in on the early bird prize from our friends at the Calgary Health Foundation's Mountain Home Lottery. This is brand new. They have gone to the mountains to do something different. When you're in before midnight tonight, you are in for the customized Sprinter van built by Yama Vans, or choose $300,000 cash. Plus, of course, the $2.7 million Canmore condo built and ready for you to call home. $50,000 comes with that as well. And this is a gorgeous 2,042 square foot home, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3 levels, and all the views you could ever hope for. Gotta get your tickets, CalgaryMountainHomeLottery.com. A spectacular showcase of Calgary's multiculturalism returns. Get your tickets now for Global Fest 2025. This August, join in on the celebration and enjoy an unforgettable experience event filled with vibrant cultures, delicious flavors from around the world, live performances, spectacular fireworks, and more. Make sure to check out the new pavilions, new food trucks, and new games. Global Fest is proud to welcome Malaysia, our newest Pyro Musical Fireworks International guest team. Tickets are now available. For more information and to buy your tickets, visit globalfest.ca.
Alberta, we're wild and tough and beautiful. We agree that good enough isn't good enough. And now everything that matters starts with a home and a family. At Lux, our family has been handcrafting windows and doors for this incredible place for over half a century. There's no place we'd rather be. Everything we are is windows and doors. A company born and bred and made in Alberta.
There's a community waiting for you that's filled with kindness, care, safety, and fun. Welcome to the Manor Village, a different kind of seniors community. Experience elevated living where residents are treated with honor and respect. Fill your time with fitness and entertainment programs, Red Seal culinary experiences, and more. With 9 Manor Village locations across Calgary, you'll always be close to loved ones. Manor Village, a different kind of seniors community. See why for yourself and schedule your tour at themanorvillage.com.
It's here. It's bold. It's their biggest event of the year. The Lexus 5-day event at Lexus of Royal Oak. Julia Richardson here. Now through June 21st, receive a remarkable 1.5% rate reduction on select 2025 Lexus models. Backed by award-winning reliability, low maintenance costs, and exceptional resale value, at Lexus of Royal Oak, intelligent luxury isn't just a promise. It's the everyday reward of choosing smarter. The clock is ticking. Your Lexus is waiting at Lexus of Royal Oak at the Northwest Auto Mall.
Back now to connect with Sarah Crosby on QR Calgary 770.
On your Friday afternoon.
Breaking news, Sarah Crosby.
Oh, hold on.
The Flames have hired another setter.
How many setters are there again?
There's a lot. There's a lot. Another setter is a head coach.
Who? What? How?
I know. You're going, what's it? It's actually not the Flames. It's the Calgary Wranglers. The Calgary Wranglers are owned by the Calgary.
Yeah.
So Daryl's son, Brett, who of course was the captain of the Calgary Wranglers, retired last year, today was introduced as the new head coach, the third coach in Wranglers history. So yes, another setter coming to the Calgary Flames organization. Here's Brett talking about getting the opportunity.
Really excited. Yeah, grateful for the opportunity. Obviously, franchise that means a lot to myself and my family. So really excited for the opportunity and the trust put in me, and looking forward to it.
There you go.
Head coach.
Head coach, Calgary Wranglers. Retired a year ago. Now he's the head coach.
Is that the normal step up to that job where you just say, you know what, I'm feeling a little tired, not sure this is my thing, I'm going to retire, and next year coach this puppy?
He's got hockey genes in his blood, obviously. He was the captain of the team for a number of years, and Dad was a pretty good coach back in the day, so it's, hey, he's a rookie head coach. We'll see how it works out for him. Speaking of coming home, did you hear what the Winnipeg Jets did today?
I miss hockey talk already, and it's only been 2 days.
I know. The Winnipeg Jets signed 3-time Stanley Cup champion Jonathan Toews. Now Jonathan, he hasn't played in the NHL for the last 2 years. He's 37 years old. He's a Winnipeg, Manitoba boy.
Yeah.
Missed the last couple of seasons because of long COVID. And the Winnipeg Jets said, hey, you want to play again? We got a spot for you. So they gave him a 1-year deal, $2 million. But with bonuses, here's the deal, here's the kicker. With bonuses, you and I should get bonuses in our contract. He could make up to $7 million a season. You got bonuses like that in your contract?
No, I don't have bonuses like that in my contract.
I don't either. Don't we all wish we'd have bonuses that could earn you another $5 million?
If it was who says the most words or who has the best little terms like Baby Friday, I'd be loaded in bonuses, but no, there are no multiple long COVID, trying to figure out for so many months what it was, why he couldn't play, why his energy was so low, what it's taken to come back. And if he actually has a second life, another chapter in the Jets, that will be an incredible comeback story.
All great questions. And again, one of the best, defensive, leaders that we have seen in the National Hockey League. If he can play to 80% or 90% of where he was, that's a good sign. Now, again, we're going to find out because playing at the highest level is tough on your body. So we'll see, especially with, I don't know what long COVID is because I never experienced long COVID, but I have talked to a couple of people who have, and it does kick the crap out of you. So
so this show, Connect, has a brand new producer, and when we were starting to figure out who could do the job and who was interested in do some poking through interviews, we talked to a woman and we said, like, what is this gap on your resume, this period of nothing? Were you experiencing life, volunteering? And they said they had long COVID and just spent many years trying to come back to health, and now they're back to almost 100% and ready to get back into the world.
Well, so that's a positive. Yeah. Oh, well, there was other news in the hockey world today. The Edmonton Oilers, Stan Bowman, the general manager of the Edmonton Oilers, admits, maybe goaltending was a problem. Maybe we should address goaltending in the off-season, although he tried to put a disclaimer on it because he says you may need a elite goaltender, but sometimes it's easier said than done.
The reality of the world is it's not like you just go down to the corner and pick up an elite goalie. They're not just waiting for you to join your team, right? So how many are there anyways in that group? And then even if you look at the guys I think are considered elite, some of them have had some tough playoffs. So
he admits he needs a new goaltender, but may have trouble finding one.
Doesn't that hurt Stuart Skinner's feelings?
You would think, eh?
Isn't he at home listening to this and thinking,
I term his contract.
I'm not I kind of thought I was elite, but apparently I'm not elite, so they find someone and they're not just on the corner.
Yeah, if you're Pickard and Stewart, well, you probably know because your goals against average in the playoffs was 13th best out of all the 16 teams, and that's not good enough. And hey, you don't want to throw the goaltenders completely under the bus, but they didn't win any games, for the Edmonton Oilers. So hey, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out you got to make a change with goaltending. And after what Connor McDavid said earlier this week, he wants to see how competitive this team is going to be. If they stay status quo in goal, Connor McDavid just may say, maybe I don't want to stay at Edmonton. So I think Stan Bowman knows what he has to do, and improving his goaltending is going to be a big factor of it. So we'll see what they... Hey, Dan Vladar might be available. He's a free agent from the Calgary Flames. They wouldn't go that route, would they?
Is he elite?
No.
Well, then that's not what they want. We don't want that.
He's probably better than Stewart.
But we don't want good. We want elite.
We want elite.
We want elite.
Elite. Yes. Your husband doesn't play goal, does he?
He does, actually.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah,
Is he elite?
When news breaks, you'll hear it on QR Calgary first.
This time of year, when big rainfalls come, of course, people in High River and lots of places in southern Alberta get their ears perked up a little bit to make sure they know what's going on. And we are never, ever, and will never, ever be complacent when these storms are predicted because you never know what can happen.
Breaking news, weather, and traffic. We've got it all on QR Calgary, 770 CHQR.
Midnight tonight, it is the deadline for the early bird prize for the Calgary Health Foundation Mountain Home Lottery. Let me give you the deets on winning the $2.7 million Canmore Villa located in Spring Creek, plus $50,000. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3-level home with panoramic mountain views. You also get to know you are living in a 2,042 square foot gem of a home. Everyone is going to be jealous of you. Plus space for everything you have for mountain life living in your garage. It is going to be the place. Of course, if you're in before midnight tonight, you're also in for the Mercedes Adventure Seekers Early Bird Prize. It is a customized Sprinter from Calgary's Yama Vans. And all you have to do is pop onto CalgaryMountainHomeLottery.com.
Picture yourself in a car that pushes the envelope. It brings heat on the streets and it's nails on the trails. fun, right? The Mercedes-Benz CLA thrills in every way. A strong, fashionable car packed with performance from only $51,000. Lone Star is offering $2,000 of support and rates from 0.99% with loyalty to accelerate your fun. We invite you to drive the CLA with us today, and we want you to push it.
Imagine a life with new beginnings, where maintenance and property taxes are a distant memory. This is home at Wellington, Calgary, your new active community for adults 55 plus. We're opening soon and leasing city views, mountain views, and valley views. Reserve your pre-opening hard hat tour with Lindsay or Wendy. Visit us today in the Leasing Center, 1021 Naha Drive in Southwest Calgary, and at wellingtoncalgary.com.
Homes by Abby is proud to announce show homes are now open in Lewisburg, the best burg around. If you want to be part of the Lewisburg family, then choose a beautiful front drive or laid home from Homes by Abby. It's the perfect place to create a neighborhood of friendly faces. So come, stop by Homes by Abby and call Lewisburg home. Tell them the mayor of Lewisburg sent you.
Homes by Abby, built for you, designed for life.
In Lewisburg.
Hey, you made it! Grab a seat! Backyard brews, paired perfectly with Drink Sense. Keep alcohol enjoyable with moderation at drinksense.ca.
I'm Joel Senek in the Global Calgary newsroom. From the top stories of the day to the people and places that impact our community most, the Global News team is always focused on what's important to Calgary. Join me tonight on Global News Hour at 6.
Count on knowing what the weather's going to be. That's why you count on us.
QR Calgary is 770 CHQR AM, a Chorus Entertainment radio station.
Okay, so here's the situation. It starts to rain really hard tomorrow. You look at the storm drain in front of your house. It's full. It's overflowing. It looks clogged. What are you going to do? No, you are not going to call 311. That is not the correct answer. The correct answer is you wait 90 minutes. Why? I'll explain next.
This is Global News. I'm Russell Skeet. Rain and 13 degrees at 5 o'clock. Officials say Bow Glacier Falls will remain closed indefinitely because the area is still unstable after a large rock slide that killed 2 people. In an update from Parks Canada officials today, Superintendent Francois Mass says there was nothing foreseeable or preventable about the slide north of Lake Louise yesterday afternoon. He says rock slides are common and are brought on by the constant freeze-thaw cycle as water gets into cracks in the rock face.
If you look at that specific area, like at the bottom of this rock face, there's a very large field of boulders of multiple sizes that would have tumbled down over time. So that is very frequent, and we're observing this throughout the mountains. What is less frequent, what was exceptional in this case, is the size of the slab that detached in one time.
Mass says the area needs further assessment before it is reopened to hikers. A number of people were hurt in the incident, including 3 who were taken to hospital. One of the victims has been identified as 70-year-old Yuta Hinrichs of Calgary. Coming up, a woman who saw yesterday's rock slide says she's never seen anything like it. But first, QR Calgary helicopter traffic.
Explore Calgary's best rentals. Book your showing today at redtruman.com. Live better. Red Truman.
If you're driving southbound along Deerfoot Trail in the southeast, watch out for an incident just before you get to the Southland Drive overpass. We are seeing these line delays starting around the Caffrey Bridge. And we also have a new incident again along Glenmore Trail eastbound just after Fairmont Drive. We are seeing this one slowing down drivers just after 14th Street. And westbound drivers along Glenmore Trail are also delayed for a while here. If you're heading between 18th Street towards Crowchild Trail, expect at least a 12-minute drive time. And Deerfoot Trail heading northbound in the northeast is delayed as well before you get to 17th Street southeast with at least a 12-minute drive up towards 64th Avenue. And Crowchild Trail is also delayed still in this usual spot in the northwest between Memorial Drive up towards McMahon Stadium. And if you're planning on heading northbound out of the city this evening, a heads up that we are seeing volume delays along the QE2 north and southbound as you're heading past Cross Iron Mills. And if you're heading westbound along Stony Trail and then northbound onto the QE2, that exit ramp there is Heat, Furnace Family. Don't wait until it's too late. Book your AC service before they're completely booked. Visit furnacefamily.com today. For the QR Calgary Traffic Helicopter, I'm Louise Van Dam.
A witness to yesterday's fatal rock slide at Bow Glacier Falls is an avid hiker and says she's never seen a slide of that magnitude. 2 people were killed, 3 more taken to hospital after the incident yesterday north of Lake Louise. Pamela Dixon was hiking nearby when she heard, then saw the mountain give way.
And then as I'm watching it, I realized there were people, and that's when I ran towards to see if I could help in any way.
She says it was a traumatic and chaotic scene as people tried to help the injured.
There was a lady that was passing in and out of consciousness. We kept trying to keep her warm. There was a gentleman with very bad face wounds. There was a lady with a broken arm.
She says it took about 45 minutes before help got there. A geotechnical assessment's underway to determine how the slide was triggered. The province has released survey results regarding what kind of books are appropriate for school-aged children in school libraries. Nearly 80,000 people took part in the survey, with 42% of respondents saying no children in school should be able to access materials with sexually explicit content. While 62% of those taking part in the survey say parents or guardians should have a role in reporting or challenging explicit content in school libraries. In a release, the province is moving forward. They'll use the survey results to develop province-wide standards. The House of Commons has passed the Liberals' major projects legislation known as Bill C.